Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How is everybody doing today? Today is Tuesday. You know, it's been a few days since I made a video, and I apologize for that, but I want to thank you for joining me in today's video. Let's see. It's, over the weekend, I did not do a great deal of crocheting. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll go over the weekend later. Let me show you what I have been doing. So I've been working on this Tunisian blanket. This is going to be a Boggy Creek blanket. And so this is Lynanne did a tutorial for Boggy Creek for, I guess it really goes this way. She did a beautiful blanket out of Tunisian, but it's multiple stitches. I'm not that good at Tunisian. I didn't want to do multiple stitches. So I started with the purl stitch down here, and then I just went to the simple stitch. And I am using Big Twist in the color Sunrise Ombre. This is the second skein. So I have like 2.5 skeins of yarn because there's this solid yellow in the middle that's about a half a skein. And I am this far. So it's coming right along, and I was folding it up. I was folding it up the other day. It's got this purl stitch at the bottom. Oops, I'm showing you the back again. It's got, no, am I? Oh, no, sorry. This is the front. Okay, so it's got this purl stitch at the bottom, and then it goes to the simple stitch. And when I did the purl stitch, it measured, I don't know, 38 inches maybe, because for Boggy Creek, the width is 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long. So if you're doing a square, it's a, 40 by 40 square. So this was over 36 inches. The bottom is maybe close to 40. And I was folding it up to put it in my bag. And I'll show you what I discovered. When you fold it, I am several inches off. My stitches are correct, but my tension, I always have an issue with tension. The tension, as I got better and better at the stitch, it got tighter and tighter and tighter. So now I am 2.5 skeins of yarn in, and I am like 4 inches off. Well, not 4, maybe 3. I'm like, oh God, now what? So I've decided that I'm going to start at this end of this yarn, and I'm going to do a different pattern and say that I gave this a really good college try. But the stitches are small, the blanket's taking a long time, and even though I am enjoying the Tunisian, I want to make something faster and get done with this blanket. So, or done with this yarn for a blanket. So that is what's going to happen. The next time you see this yarn, it will be in a different pattern. I'm not quite sure what the pattern is. Maybe it will be, the pattern by, one of the patterns by Angela from My Precious Yarnery. But I talked to Lynanne from Nina's Knots Crochet. I talked to her about the blanket, and she says, Lynette, just start it over. Just do something different. So with her permission, I said, okay. I kind of feel bad about it because I've put a lot of time into that, and I am enjoying it, but it is slow because, it's the stitches are short. And I was working on the Cat's Meow, which I haven't picked up all weekend. I didn't pick it up. And those are single crochet stitches. And I was like, I am so tired of doing little tiny things that aren't going anywhere very quickly. So I picked out my pattern for hooker versus hooker, which I cannot show you because it's a secret until the reveal. Hooker versus hooker is a challenge from Mad Mimi's Crochet, Laura, and an Alaskan crafter, Jan, and I'm standing in for Jan, and they go live and they challenge each other and another podcaster and a subscriber to make what's usually a broad subject matter with specific colors of acrylic yarn, and you have to design something. Well, this month they picked and a podcaster and a subscriber pick the pattern, or pick the it's supposed to be like make a wreath or make a home decoration, or but they went very specific this time and said make a scarecrow. It can be any kind of scarecrow, like amigurumi or placemats or wall hangings or whatever you can come up with, an actual scarecrow that you put in your yard. And it's specific colors, and so I can't show you that. I could show you the yarn, but it's scrap yarns, and so it's not really all that important. But I've been working on that. I'm like, I had to get away from these blankets. It was getting me down because they weren't growing very quickly. And then I find this one to be so short. I'm like, oh God, now what am I going to do? So I started on that, and my hooker versus hooker is about, I'm going to say at least halfway done. I did not crochet much over the weekend, as I said, but I did start another 4 projects, but they're tiny, tiny projects. Do you remember, if you've been around a while, you probably remember, in the spring, we had the pee-pee gnomes, and I wanted to make them for the girls that I hang out with at the campground. And so this is a pattern by Nova Gnome, and she was challenged by, of course, Laura, because Laura's always full of shenanigans, and she did a great job on these. So she didn't do them with the fur yarn, and I did not do a very good triangle with this, but one of my friends' husbands has a gray beard, and so I thought the fur yarn would be fantastic. And when you take the yarn off, the feet become a different appendage, and the bodies are the peepees. So anyway, I wanted to give my friends at the camper that I play cards with on Saturdays, and we hang out and do things or whatever. I thought, oh, this would be so fun to give them all a gnome and use some very creative names. I was debating on giving them each their gnome and saying, this is your husband's name, this is your husband's name, or just giving them names like, this one is, say Johnson, and this one is Peter, and, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how I will give them to them, but I need 6 of them, including one for myself, and one for Laura, because she wants one. You know how she is. If you know Laura from Mammy Crochet and Farming, she wants one of everything. And I was working on them in Zoom last night, just starting the extras, the ones I've made those 2, and I didn't make any sense. But camping season's getting to be near the end, and I have to finish them, or I won't be able to give them away this year. So I want to do that. So I made the feet. We're just going to call them the feet. And I used blue so that they have blue feet balls. And I was using scrap yarn, and I had this blue, and I ran out of this blue, so I did this blue. So one of them, and it'll be the one that I keep, will have, their feet will look like this. It's the bottoms of them are the same color blue, but the top of this one is a different color, and it won't show too much, and I don't care. And then somebody's going to have the brighter blue, and then everybody else will have the other blues. So I have, I needed 6, and this is enough feet for 4. So that's all the further I got with those last night. I did crochet a couple of them this morning. I'm kind of going to do it assembly line style because I think it'll be easier to just repeat the pattern over and over and over again. So next I think I'm going to start with the body. But this is, she sells this, I think, on her Etsy shop. She sells the pattern. It's really fun. It's really a fun pattern, and it's easy. It's just single crochets for the most part, I think. mostly in the round. So I think next I'm going to start with the noses, and I'm going to do a bunch of noses, and then I'm like 4, 5, 4. I need 4. 4 noses, and then I'll move on to the bodies probably. But anyway, so I'm working on that, and they're fun to make, and they're going to be fun to give away. And I was not real excited about doing a scarecrow. I don't know why, but then I found a pattern that I really like that I can't tell you about yet, other than I think it's really cute. And doing the Ammies has really got me out of the funk of the blankets. So I did work on my scarecrow for a little bit, and then I'm like, oh, I felt much lighter about the whole crochet thing, and so I picked up this, the Tunisian blanket, and the colors are bright and cheery, and so I'm like, yay, let's work on this. And then I folded it, and I'm like, oh no, now what? So we're going to frog it, and we're going to do something else. But I'm not going to rip it out. I'm just going to frog it as I crochet the next thing with that yarn, because I really do want to use that yarn for a Boggy blanket. So that'll be fine. And it'll be fun. And pretty soon starts the wash rags, the 1 year of wash rags that Laura's going to be doing. I'm not quite sure when she's starting that, but she said mid-September, and so we're coming up on mid-September. So that's going to be starting, and that'll be something not too time consuming, because it's only a washcloth. It shouldn't take too long. And I'm real anxious to play in that book of really fun dishcloths. If you're not familiar with what she's doing, tune in and follow her channel, because she always comes up with interesting ideas and fun make-alongs. So we're going to start. There's a book, and I'm sorry I left it upstairs, and I'm not going to go up and get it because stairs are hard for me. I can do them, and I'm practicing going up without the cane and using both feet, 1, 2, 3, which I'm going to tell you, if you don't know, I had knee replacement about a month ago. First one. And I have the other one scheduled the end of October. So this knee that I've had replaced needs to be the strong knee by the end of October when I have the other knee done. And right now it seems to be the sore knee. And my other knee that needs replaced is not been sore at all. And I keep thinking to myself, oh, maybe I won't do that other knee. Then I say, yes, Lynette, do the other knee, because you're going to be sorry if you don't. And, but I don't want to have 2 sore knees at the same time. I was trying to get away from that. That's why I had the surgery to begin with, right? And I'm not really complaining. I mean, it's going to be sore. It takes a full year to be completely healed from knee replacement surgery. And I'm only a month in. So, and so you're going through therapy and you're stretching, and it's quite amazing to me. Not that I wanted to be out on this tangent, but it's quite amazing to me that they do the things that they do when they replace your knee and then tell you to walk on it within like hours. Because like they literally cut off part of the bone, and then they hammer some stuff in there, and then they're like, and glue and whatever, and they're like, okay, walk on it. Like, no, you don't want to walk on that. What, are you kidding me? I've broken my foot before. You're not allowed to walk on that for a long time. They're like, no, let's go up the stairs. Really? But honestly, standing on it doesn't hurt. Bending it hurts way more than standing on it. Standing on it has really, knock on wood, and thank goodness, not really ever hurt me. So I'm lucky in that aspect of it. And I will be ready at the end of October for the other knee to get done, so that we can start our retirement with all 4 new knees between both my husband and I. So that being said, we're getting ready for retirement in January, and I didn't crochet at all on Saturday because we went camper shopping, and we bought a camper. We don't have it yet. It's fresh off the assembly line and not at our RV dealer yet. So cross your fingers that it's really what we think it's supposed to be. We've been looking for a couple of years for our retirement style camper. And this one finally met and checked off all the boxes. So once we get it, I will definitely give you guys a tour because I think you'll like it. So Saturday after the RV shopping, there was a RV show, so we were in several RVs and it was a lot of walking for me. And I was exhausted and sore, and I was not picking up a crochet hook afterwards. And then Sunday we spent at my brother-in-law's, and I just kind of sat and chilled. And they have a lot of grandkids over there. My little Parker, my little sweetheart, my little star baby. I got to see her. She didn't care much about me because she's off and running, and I was not. um, I was just sitting and watching them and trying to avoid getting knocked into, which they were all really, really good about. So that was awesome. And so we watched the game, and sadly, the Browns did not win by a lot. So that was a little disappointing. But I recovered, and now we're off and running again, and I'm crocheting again. I did crochet Sunday night after we got home. I crocheted a little bit. And that's when I discovered my problem with my blanket, and I'm like, oh no. So that's all right. I put that aside and I crocheted on my hooker versus hooker, and that was fun and got me out of a funk. Now I just need to find a new pattern for this, and it's not going to include a bunch of tiny single crochets. I can guarantee that. Maybe preferably none. I saw somebody just posted on Facebook, I think it was Facebook, or maybe it was a short, a virus blanket. I've done the Virus Meets Granny before. I really love that stitch. It's been a long time since I've done the virus. And I think, maybe I would just do a virus and not the Virus Meets Granny. But I really don't want to do a square. Because I want this to go fast, and the squares are fast at the beginning. If you do a fast or a square blanket or a circular blanket, they're real fast until they get to be so big, and then it's each round takes a long time. And I want something that's just going to go quick. So I'm thinking I'm not going to. I don't know. Is there a virus that's rectangular and not square? I don't know. I'm going to search that though, because I think that's a really pretty pattern, and I think this yarn would look pretty in that pattern. But I would add the yellow in too, because I don't have enough of just this. But if I add the yellow, bright yellow in, like a couple of rows, bright, the ombre, a couple of rows of bright yellow, just like I was going to do this blanket. But if I can't find a virus rectangle, something similar to that, I think, is what I want to do. Because it's pretty. I want to do pretty with that. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to search out some patterns. And speaking of searching out some patterns, Lynanne and I definitely are going to start a little collaboration. We're starting it with some of the Zoom sisters. We're going to see how it goes. We want some audience participation, so we're going to do a live. We're working on a date yet. We haven't pulled out the date, but it's going to be like a pick our project. I don't know. I think Lynanne might have talked about it on her channel. But what we want to do is, I was cleaning the yarn room, bagging up my yarn, and I had these beautiful hanks of yarn and specialty yarns that were gifted to me by someone special that I just wanted to save for the project, the right project that never comes up, excuse me, that I never think about doing, that I just can't find the perfect pattern for. And I said, Lynette, I have all this beautiful yarn and I never use it, and I'm saving it for all this special. And she says, I have that too. And I said, we should do this. Like, you pick the yarn that's your special yarn and show it to me. And I will pick a pattern for you to use. And, you have to kind of know what they like and what they kind of style they like and know how much yardage it is and what kind of yarn it is. But it's their special yarn, so it's something that may be a wearable, something, excuse me, and that they're going to really enjoy using that special yarn for. Um, so we're going to pick 2 patterns per person, and then the yarn holder gets to choose out of 2, because what if I'm totally off, or I think this is really cool and she's like, oh God, and I got to use my good yarn for that? No. So we're going to give them a choice of 2, but we're going to talk to them about, what yarn and what you kind of thought when you got the yarn, when you purchased it yourself, or if it came in knit crate, or if it was gifted, or, what you kind of see. Like, I don't like to wear shawls unless I don't mind a shawl. But I don't like having to hold it on. If it doesn't fit over my shoulders and stay there, like, it has to have the increase at the shoulder so that it'll stay there. Fiber Spider does a really good pattern, and I've made that shawl and I do wear it at Halloween time because it's made out of really pretty purple yarn. It looks like a Halloween wrap, and so that's when I wear it. But anyway, that's a really cool pattern in a shawl that I would wear. So, if you wanted to pick a shawl pattern for me, that's fine, but it has to be one that's going to stay on, and it has to be big enough that it'll wrap around my fluffy body and stay on. And so they would keep that in mind because this is your special yarn. And you get to choose how much yarn you're putting into it. So that'll give you an idea how long it's going to take you to make something. And so we'll probably, go 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what kind of yarn quantities people are looking at. If I say, here, I've got 3,000 yards of this, that's going to take way longer than somebody that's got 200 yards of, some hand dyed. So anyway, look out for that. It's coming soon. When we talked about it, her and I were talking about it in Zoom with the Zoom sisters, and several people are like, oh, I want to do that too. I want to do that too. So we've been kind of working out the logistics of how we can have audience participation and get everybody that wants to participate with and without a channel involved. So we think we've got it worked out now, and we want to give it like a test run. And if it goes over well, if everybody enjoys it, then we'll continue to do it. If everybody says, "Oh God, that was a bummer," then it'll be a one and done kind of make along, crochet along. And we do want audience participation, and so we're going to start it in Zoom where we pick names and patterns for the people that want to participate, and then we're going to come live and show the yarn and introduce everyone to the yarns and the people that will be, to the players, contestants, not really contestants because it's not a challenge, it's just a fun collaboration. And then we're going to ask you guys to help us find patterns for the people that we're partnered with. And some of them don't have channels that they're creating their own videos, which is completely fine. We've decided that one of our contestants is going to be Lynn, who she crochets beautifully. She's so good, and she knits too. And maybe they'll do a knit pattern. Who knows? But and she does Tunisian. She does it all, but she doesn't. She's come on the Hooker versus Hooker live a couple of times, but she doesn't do content. She doesn't want to do content, but she wants to participate. So whoever her partner is, you'll just email them, and they will forward the emails to Lynn. So any suggestions that you have for whoever Lynn's partner is. So we figured that would work, and then people get to participate. I think you guys, all of our yarn friends, really enjoy when you can participate as well, and so we're trying to make that happen. And so tell me what you think. But I'm hoping that maybe sometime next week we can come out with the live for that. and get started on it. We do definitely want to get it started as soon as possible because we all have this really pretty yarn we don't know what to do with. So that being said, I have to figure out what my yarn is going to be. I don't know. I don't know where to start. So there's that, and I'm hoping it goes well because I have a lot of pretty yarn that I don't know where to start with it. So I hope you guys enjoy that. In the next video, hopefully I will have some more finished gnomes. These are the ones I finished before. I just have feet so far. But maybe we'll have some of those, and maybe I will have this worked up into the start, at least, of a new project, different project. And I gotta work on that daggone cat's meow. It is a thorn in my side, and it's not bad. It's not really bad to make it. Honest to God, it's not. Once you got past the don't make it the full size, shrink the pattern, and then you're going to fit even if it grows or shrinks. I cut off a couple of rows and it's fine. It's just such a slow go for me. Because it's all single crochet, and it's like, I feel like I've crocheted forever and I got this much done. And that's discouraging for me. I do not like single crochet projects. So, but I will get it done. It doesn't have to be for their Janet and Laura. If your blanket, you have a picture into them, I think it's by the 16th of September of your completed blanket, there's a prize draw for free shipping to ship it to Nancy or Juan, to Boggy Creek. Or for Boggy Creek. I'm not shipping mine, so I'm going to drive mine down when I go down and when we do the delivery. I'll be taking mine with me. So I wouldn't take the free shipping from somebody else. So there's that. So I don't need the free shipping blessing at all. So I just have to have mine done by the time I get there. By the time we deliver. So it might be a timeout for another couple of days, but I'm feeling much better about it because I'm doing things that are getting done, and everybody likes to have that instant gratification. These little balls, really fast to make, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, that's kind of fun. The noses, they're going to be really fast to make. The whole things are pretty easy to make and quick. The only thing I had any trouble with was the fur on his, and it's not straight, but if you knew the recipient's husband, it's completely perfect for him. Because my triangle didn't turn out extremely triangle-ish. It's kind of more, I don't know, off-center. But they're fun, and I enjoy them very much. So, and this guy just has, just the string beard, and he's pretty cool too. So it's going to be awesome. They're fun. I like them, and I'm enjoying making them. And so the next video, hopefully I will have a couple more done to show you. It would be really great if I could have them all done by this weekend, at least the ones that are going to my friends. Probably won't happen though. I mean, let's be realistic. So, anyway, that's all I got for you today. I'm just babbling at this point. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing and all the things that YouTube loves. It really helps my channel a lot. I completely forgot to do the giveaway. Oh, my goodness. Well, if you stuck around this long, then you know. I am doing my 5K giveaway in this video. I know I wanted to do hats and balloons and blah, 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 but I can't drive. I can't go to the store. And I am tired of putting it off. So, you have to be subscribed. You have to make a nice comment. But any comment, as long as it's nice. I don't really have a problem with trolls on my channel, so that's awesome. And we are going to give away a $50 gift card to the place of your choice. It could be Boggy Creek swag, just because, that's near and dear to my heart. It can be Joann's, Michael's, the local yarn shop, um, whatever you want, wherever you want it to. Amazon. A lot of people like to take Amazon, and you can don't have to get yarn. You can get whatever you want. But I did do a survey. What do you prefer? And the bottom line was um, people prefer a gift card. So that's what I'm going to do. You just have to make a comment. You have to be subscribed. I will check because this is for my subscribers. It's for 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you're not a subscriber, you're not part of the 5,000. You don't get to enter. uh, Other than that, um, that's it. That's all it is. I don't even, and it has to be in this video. You have to make the comment in this video. And we will give you let's see, today is Tuesday. Let's do 2 weeks, 2 Tuesdays. Because next Tuesday is going to be kind of busy. So the Tuesday after, and I don't know the date off the top of my head, but 2 weeks from, I think today is the 10th, so maybe like around the 24th of that Tuesday, that's when I will pick the winner. So good luck to everyone. And thank you so much for being my yarn friends. I would not have the channel if it wasn't for you guys. I don't think, to be honest. I mean, I started with no friends, but I started because I had no friends, or no yarn friends. And I appreciate you all so very much. It's always good to know that there's somebody out there that wants to share yarn talk with me, and then even some of my life as well. I know you guys a lot of you will be really excited to see the new camper because you enjoy camper crochet. This is the camper that we'll be traveling in, and there will be travel videos to show you what we're seeing along the way, but that won't be starting until, after we actually retire in January. But I know when we travel, you guys do like to see that, so I did want to tell you about it. And thank you for all the well wishes on my surgeries. Things are going well. And I just appreciate all of you as my friends, for someone to chat yarn with, and a little bit of my personal life as well. So thank you all. Good luck. And don't forget to make a comment. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.